Welcome to Part 5 of this 5-part presentation on consultant learning, a framework for empowering students to excel and a framework for transforming your teaching experience. I'm Scott Kunkel, professor at the University of San Diego and creator of consultant learning. In Part 4, we learned how the process of consultant learning works. In Part 5 of this presentation, we'll discuss the skills that students develop as a result of using consultant learning. We'll also discuss what I call the bad writing dilemma, how you speed evaluation of projects that include bad writing issues. Then we'll discuss how to go about setting up a consultant learning course and what help and support are available to you if you decide you want to use consultant learning in your teaching. Students learn a number of important life skills from a consultant learning course. They learn to define a question in researchable terms, to identify information sources, to collect information, to organize information into a readable, professional quality report, to write a report that will be useful to others, to take responsibility for their own work, to produce excellent quality work, and to meet deadlines. These are important life skills. After using consultant learning for over 10 years at the university level myself, I was asked to help test whether it would work in high schools. With the help of the San Diego School District, we beta tested consultant learning framework with 11 high school teachers in 2004-2005. The original 11 teachers loved the method, and many have continued to use it ever since. By 2009, consultant learning was being used in dozens of high school and college classrooms around the country. Subjects including math, science, English, Spanish, web design, computer applications, cooking and nutrition, sewing and design, physical education, business, a broad spectrum of classes. Now, once a student adjusts to the different evaluation method, they generally love consultant learning, particularly the best, most creative students and the students who are usually bored with school, because they see the relevance of what they're learning to their lives, and because they get to choose the context of their learning. One thing that plagues all teachers is the dilemma of what to do about poor writing submitted in projects and papers. Ignoring bad writing, bad grammar, spelling, punctuation, style, referencing, and so forth, tells students that bad writing is acceptable. But in today's work world, poor writing and communication skills can be a major handicap. But where do you find time to correct writing when you have enough to teach in your own course? I frequently hear the lament, "I'm not an English teacher." So what can we do? There is a solution to the bad writing dilemma. Over the years that I've been teaching, I collected the most common grammatical, punctuation, word substitution, referencing, and style errors that I saw over and over again into a small book that I call the 80-20 Guide to Business Writing. Rather than searching for answers to writing questions in a 300-page manual on style, my students can look in a 66-page book and find their answers 80 to 90% of the time. For teachers, I've written a teacher's manual to the 80-20 Guide that will show you how you can significantly improve your students' writing skills and do it in a couple of minutes per paper. As an example, if you try to explain a run-on sentence in the margin of the paper, you'll have to write, "This is a run-on sentence." A run-on sentence is where you attach two independent clauses with a comma. You need to break this into two sentences, use a semicolon, or use a conjunction such as and or but. Who has time to write all that? Now all I have to do is write see section 2.10. And the student can go to section 2.10 in the 80-20 Guide to Business Writing and learn everything they need to know about how to fix that error and avoid making it in the future. I have lots of students tell me that they learn more writing skills in my class than in any English class, and I don't teach writing in my class. They learned it by my coaching with the use of the 80-20 Guide to Business Writing. The 80-20 Guide to Business Writing is available from Kunkel Publishing for only $19.95 per copy. If you'll put 20 or 30 copies in the back of your classroom, you'll solve your bad writing dilemma. You'll help your students learn more about good writing than you ever thought possible, and you'll probably improve your own writing skills while you're at it. The book will last for several years in the back of your room, and if the district can't afford to stock your classroom with copies of the 80-20 Guide, give me a call and I'll see if I can help you find a corporate sponsor. Now that you've heard the complete presentation on consultant learning, what can you do with this information? Well, you can file it away as nice to know. You could use ideas and pieces of consultant learning in isolation. The negative to that strategy is that if it fails to work as well as you want it to, you won't know whether it was consultant learning that didn't work or your modifications that made it fail. Or you could decide to create and implement a consultant learning course with the help of me and the consultant learning website. So, if you've decided to create a consultant learning course, here's what you'll need to do. You'll need to create 3 booklets for each course. First, you'll create a syllabus. You probably already have a syllabus for your course, so this is nothing new, but it's helpful to include a paragraph or 2 about the consultant learning framework so your students know that they'll be graded in a little different way than they're accustomed to. And you can just cut and paste these paragraphs from my syllabus on the consultant learning website. Next, you'll create a student guide to consultant learning. This book lists the rules of the game that the students will follow. My student guide to consultant learning is on the consultantlearning.com website in Word format, so you can just open it up, modify it to fit your course, and then print it out. Having the rules of the game all written down and available in the classroom really relieves you of having to manage the class. The students can become self-managing, and you have time to coach and to teach. Third, you'll need to create a suggested projects booklet for the course that lists all the projects from which your students may choose, some of which will be mandatory and others will be optional. This book includes a description of each project and what excellent quality work looks like for that project. My suggested projects booklets for my courses are on the consultantlearning.com website, as are suggested projects booklets for more than a dozen high school teachers from which you can cut and paste. Templates and assistance are readily available for free, and in addition you can call me and discuss your course, and I'll be happy to coach you as you create the materials for your course. If you think that the 80/20 Guide to Business Writing might help, call me for a free examination copy. All the materials that you need to create a consultant learning course are available for free on the website www.consultantlearning.com. On-site training is also available. If you have several teachers at your school who'd like to learn, contact me. Contact me by email at scott.kunkel@gmail.com, or you can call me at 619-276-2376, and I'll be happy to discuss with you your implementation, training, materials, and so forth. In Part 5, we discussed the skills that students take away from a consultant learning course, how to deal with bad writing in projects, how to set up a consultant learning course, and how to contact me for additional information. This concludes my presentation on consultant learning. If you're interested in trying consultant learning or learning more about it, see the website at www.consultantlearning.com. Or contact me and I'll do whatever I can to give you all the information you want and all the support that you need to be successful in your consultant learning course. If you'll try it, I assure you you'll never want to teach any other way again. Meanwhile, if you're an education scholar currently engaged in education research, I have a remarkable research opportunity available to tell you about. Watch Part 6, a 2-minute presentation specially for those who are engaged in research on teaching methodologies. Thanks so much for your attention, and I hope this was of help to you.